It was a beautiful day. Sarah and her three friends, John, Emily, and Mike, had planned this road trip for months. But due to their colleges and jobs, they were not getting much time to go on the trip together. Finally, the day came when they packed their bags, filled the car tank, and set off towards the countryside. Sarah was driving the car, and they all were laughing, singing, and taking photos. Everything was going perfect, just like they planned, until they reached to a road where there were not a lot of houses. After driving few more hours, they were on the road with patch of woods on both sides. The sun was setting and it was getting a little dark. Sarah noticed that no other car was there on the road. The trees are now started covering the road, and it was getting darker and darker. As Sarah drove her car down the road, she started getting the feeling of unease. Her three friends, John, Emily, and Mike, were asleep, snoring lightly. Sarah tried to open the map on her phone to check if they are heading the right way, but there were no signal on her cell phone. Suddenly, Sarah saw a big wood blocking the road. She pulled over to the side of the road and got out of the car to check. Sarah tried to move it, but it was too heavy for her to move, so she came back to the car and waked Mike up. She told him that maybe they are lost and there is a big wood blocked the way. John and Emily also woke up at that time. As they were trying to check the signal and deciding if to go ahead or head back to where they came from, they heard a faint scream coming from the nearby woods. They looked around but couldn't see anyone. Then suddenly they heard a knock on the back of the car. Emily jumped and screamed. They all got very scared. Sarah tried to start the car, but even after trying so many times, the car was not starting. It got so dark that they could barely see anything on the road. As Mike looked at the side of his window, he saw a figure appeared out of the trees. He said in loud voice, "Look, there is someone standing." Sarah's heart skipped a beat. John noticed that Sarah is panicking. He asked Sarah to stay calm and try starting the car again. She got frozen out of fear. She tried again, but the car still not starting. The figure started coming closer and closer. Suddenly, she heard a knock. There was someone standing, covering 90% of her window, trying to open the car. Thankfully, Sarah locked the doors as soon as she heard the scream. As the other figure got closer, they could hear him mutter something. And then he started pounding on the window. Both men were aggressively trying to open the doors. Suddenly, a loud sound came from the woods. A sound that Sarah and her friends never heard before. The sound was so loud that they had to cover their ears, and the man standing on the Sarah's side let out a painful scream. They both ran back into the woods. Sarah was shaking with fear, and Emily was crying loudly. Sarah tried to start the car again, and this time it started. She had no idea how that happened. They took a deep breath of relief. As the car started, Sarah turned the car and drove as fast as she could. No one talked to each other on their way back. All were still in shock due to what just happened. They didn't stop until they reached to the nearest town, where they reported the incident to the local police. A local man heard them talking, and he told them that the road they went on is haunted. They heard many people going there and never coming back alive. Many accidents are reported on that road, and no one ever go there. They all were shocked hearing what the man just said, and felt lucky to came out of there alive. Later, the police searched the woods but found no sign of those men. Sarah, John, Mike, and Emily all were shaken up by the experience and decided to end their trip. They never forgot the horror they encountered on that scary road. After that, they went on a few more trips but always took the road very carefully.